Thank you for coming. Today we're going to have this discussion and lecture program under the name Measurable Community, and it's conceived for thinking about different measurable community or how artists perform this different notion of community in their practice. And actually, for conceiving this talk program, the exhibition which is now on view at BAG offer the platform. That's exhibition by Haegue just sitting over there. It's titled Unevenly. And maybe when we had a conversation before realizing this exhibition, she said, like, I drifting so many places. I constantly travel around. Actually, I have this strong emotion or longing for attaching to one place or something she can attach to. But what she emphasized, that it doesn't mean she wants to create a certain community or that community or home or new home. And she wants to conceive something beyond these binary positions. And so, in other words, she says she wants to conceiving a community of absence. And community, I have to read this. A community of absence, a community of those who do not have a community. And she concluded her conversation, her talk with me. I intend to create an uncanny but in common setting where somewhat fragile and vulnerable idea of the community of absence can be performed in the exhibition. So we're going to hear her idea of community absence, which is she going to elaborate today. But besides that, we have the two guests, two speakers. First, Nina Muntman and Marcus Haegue. And Marcus is art critic based in London. He's also teaching several universities and also contributor to Art Monthly and Frieze. And Marcus talking about how artists as nomads affect their practice and what it implies their relation with community. And Nina, lately she worked as curator at NIFCA in Helsinki, and also write for Frieze and Art Forum. Yeah. And she's going to introduce several notions of a community and different practice. And first, Nina going to give a lecture, and then Marcus follows, and then Haegue. And then in the middle of the city, Jeremiah Day, probably some of you already know, and he's artist, and he's going to moderate and mediate the discussion. I hope you enjoy.